Well, wasn't that great at Joe's place? And I'm gonna tell you that pizza was delicious. But here we are, back at our project. I'm in my work clothes now. I'm ready to get started here. I'm lucky enough today to have my son Chris here to help me. And Chris, have we got everything we need? We've got our blocks, we've got our tools. I see you've got some gravel down. So where are you at?
All right, so far we've completed excavating the material, bringing in our processed gravel, and compacting it in 2-inch lifts.
So now what we got to do, Chris, is what? Set the center point?
Find the center point.
Okay.
And we've decided to go exactly halfway between the retaining wall and the house. And we've found that point to be right here. So if you would like to...
All right, so we'll set our center point right here. We're going to measure out the interior diameter of the fire pit, so we'll know where to start our block. Chris, let's lay our first unit here.
All right.
So remember, what Chris is going to do is he's going to get this block straight and level. He's going to take his level, make sure front to back it's level, and then he's going to go side to side. And we want to use a dead pound hammer when we lay this. We never want to use a iron mallet because we have a chance to chip the block, plus we don't want a chip going in our eyes. So we'll always use a rubber mallet. But once he can get that first block straight and level, he's ready to start his second unit. He's going to keep his level going from block to block, go all the way across, again, front to back. So Chris has got his second block into place. Now he's going to measure his level block to block, again, side to side and front to rear to make sure he's on a nice plane. You'll notice that the block are beveled on each side. That's what keeps the circle consistent, and he wants to make sure his joints are nice and tight. By working in the processed gravel, he's able to move the gravel around if he needs to raise or lower the block to get it just on the right plane. As we said before, the first course of block that you lay in a fire pit is the most critical. And how are you finding these blocks to work with, Chris? This is the Valencia fire pit kit.
Actually, very easy. Since we spent the proper amount of time working on the base and getting it compacted and level, these blocks actually just are falling right into place.
So as you can see, Chris is measuring his block front to back, as we've said. He goes from block to block to make sure each one is even with the one right beside it. It's going to take you up to 60% of your time to reach this point, but this is the most critical part. This is where you don't want to cheat, getting this first course level. So we're going to step away for a little bit. When we come back, we should have our first course in, and we'll show you where we go from here. As you can see, Chris got us to this point and kind of left me with the rest of it. Need help with your homework? Kathy from Leominster emailed in, do I have to seal my concrete pavers? Well, there are two reasons I would recommend sealing pavers. The first is for protection. If I'm using them for a driveway and I want to protect them against oil or grease stains, or for a patio where I may be worried about food stains where I'm going to do a lot of entertaining. The second reason is for aesthetics. Some sealers will give your pavers that wet look, which brings out the rich color of the paver. If you like the way your brick looks after it rains, then seal it.